Madam Clerk, will you please give us a roll call?
Benil,
Present.
Gaunt,
Yes, ma'am.
Honeycutt,
Here.
Kirkpatrick, Lowry, here. Neal, Norris,
Here.
Trigg, Witcher.
You have the minutes from our last meeting, which was Monday, September the 13th. If there's not any additions, corrections, or deletions, I'll accept a motion to accept those as written. Have a motion by Councilperson Kirkpatrick and a second by Councilperson Neal. All those approved.
Hey, Mayor, can I ask a question? And I read through it, and maybe Joe, I'd probably bounce this over to you, but I was thinking somebody from the Electric Plant Board was going to be here. I know we got some stuff in our packet from the...
No, you were just asked for the information, so you got it in your packet.
Okay, I thought he asked for somebody to be here.
Well, to have somebody explain those meetings, I don't know who we would have gotten, but you have the minutes from the last 3 meetings, so that ought to be more than enough to explain what you were looking for. Does anybody have a problem with that?
We don't understand it. Can somebody come explain it to us?
No. You're on the Farmers Rural Electric, but you should understand the Electric Plant Board's minutes. You've been to a lot of the meetings. Anybody else want to comment before we get into these minutes?
I was going to wait till later. If we finish the minutes and go on, I'll make some comments later.
Vote on these minutes.
Huh?
You need to
Finish the minutes.
finish
Yeah.
We
this.
need to vote.
Yes.
That's what I asked for, was
First, you need a second.
everybody that approves these minutes as written, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Those opposed, like sign. Minutes 8-1. On unfinished business, we have a second reading of ordinance 2021 ordinance establishing the 2021 tax rate for the city of Glasgow.
City of Glasgow ordinance number 2021-blank and ordinance establishing the 2021 tax rate for the city of Glasgow. Be it hereby ordained by the city of Glasgow, Kentucky as follows. Section 1, that there is hereby levied an ad valorem tax for the general fund of .174 per $100 of assessed value on real property and .176 per $100 of assessed value of personal property, subject to taxation for municipal purposes and having taxable situs in the city of Glasgow, Kentucky, as of the first day of January 2021, as listed in the tax assessment ledger as compiled by the Barron County Property Valuation Administrator. Section 2. All monies collected from this tax shall be paid into the general fund of the city to be used for payment of proper expenditures as determined by the council. Section 3. It is further provided that all taxpayers that may owe taxes under this levy shall pay same to the city tax collector on or before January 31st, 2022. Any taxpayer who pays his or her bill under this levy on or before November 30th, 2021 shall be allowed a discount of 2% of the total tax bill. Those paying on or before December 30th, 2021 shall be allowed a discount of 1% of the total tax bill. It is further provided that to the tax bill of all taxpayers who fail to pay same on or before January 31st, 2022, there shall be added by way of penalty an amount equal to 6% of the total tax bill, and upon the total tax bill plus penalty, there shall be charged interest at the rate of 6% per annum from February 1st, 2022 until paid, and such delinquent taxpayers shall also pay all costs and expenses incidental to any action taken by the city for the collection of such delinquent tax bills. Section 4. Delinquent taxes shall be collectible under the provisions of the Kentucky Revised Statutes relating to the collection of delinquent taxes by the city of the third class. Section 5. If any part of this ordinance shall be declared invalid for any reason, it shall not affect the city or the remainder of said ordinance. All ordinances in conflict here and herewith are hereby repealed to the extent they may conflict. Section 6, this ordinance shall be in full force from and after its proper passage and publication as required by law. Harold Armstrong, Mayor, attest Mona Simmons, City Clerk. First reading, September 13th, 2021. Second reading, September 27th, 2021.
Do I have a motion to approve this ordinance as read?
Motion, Norris.
Have a motion by Councilperson Norris, second by Councilperson Honeycutt. Since this is a second reading, will you?
I've got 3 quick questions, if that'll be all right with you guys. And this was from folks asking me about it, and just wanted to clarify some comments that were made the other day about this. Number 1, this is supposed to generate probably directed to the Finance Committee. It's supposed to generate 200,000 plus or minus 200,000 for the general fund. Is that what we expect?
7,500. 7,500, isn't it? I think 7,500, Joe.
Where'd I get? All right. The other question is someone said that we were told we have to do this. Brad or somebody, I'll clarify that.
It is a formula that Brad provides to us to tell us what rate we should set it for. We are not required by law to do that. It is strongly, strongly suggested we do it. If we fail to set the rate as high as what the formula says we should, in other words, if we set it at 173 instead of 174, then that makes it harder for us to go in and ask for help if the city should need help because they'll say we're not maintaining our taxes properly. So this is a prescribed rate by the Brad area.
When last year, how much we had gotten from Brad, or is that just like every now and then, every so often there's like if we did a compensation rate equal to, is there an amount of money that we get from Brad?
No.
Okay, it's just, we're not going to get in line for it.
That was my 3 questions. Thank you.
I have one comment I want to make on this. We talked about it being $1 on a $100,000 home. I was cleaning my bedroom this weekend, believe it or not, and I found my 2013 city tax bill. The real property rate in 2013 was 1.76. So we're actually lower now than we were in 2013. We're suggesting 1.74. 2013, it was already up at 1.76.
Looking back in history, did we not lower our tax rate once before? Or did that happen? I mean, help me here.
It's happened since 2013. We've lowered it.
We've lowered it twice since 2010.
All right, so we lowered it twice, and now we're raising it back to where it was.
Reason we lowered it twice is because the assessments were like $13 million more over that 3-year time period, so we could lower it and still get the same money. Anything else? Being the second reading, can we get a roll call vote, please?
Honeycutt?
Yes.
Kirkpatrick?
I have a question. Is it too late?
Sorry.
Lowry?
Yes.
Neal?
Yes.
Norris?
Yes.
Trigg?
No?
Witcher?
Yes.
Benel?
Yes.
Gaunt?
I'm going to abstain.
Now, do you understand that if you abstain, your vote still goes toward the majority? Okay,
Is that it?
yes.
Motion passes. Next item of business is ordinance, second reading, number 2021 ordinance amending the zoning ordinance, rezoning property located intersection of Lincoln Road and Myrtle Street.
City of Glasgow ordinance number 2021-blank, an ordinance amending Glasgow zoning ordinance rezoning property located at the intersection of Lincoln Road and Myrtle Street containing 1.096 total acres, more or less, from B2 General Business District to R4 Medium Density Multifamily Residential District. It appearing that, number one, the Housing Authority of Glasgow by Sherry D. Lee, Executive Operation Officer, applicant, has requested a zoning change for the property located at the intersection of Lincoln Road and Myrtle Street containing 1.096 acres, more or less. A schematic drawing of said property subject to rezoning is attached hereto as Exhibit A and incorporated herein by reference. Number two, a trial-type due process hearing concerning said proposed zoning change was held on June 21st, 2021 at 7 p.m. by the Joint City-County Planning and Zoning Commission, resulting in the recommendation by the Commission that the property hereinafter described be rezoned from B2 General Business District to R4 Medium Density Multifamily Residential District classification. Number three, copies of the findings and recommendations of the Joint City-County Planning and Zoning Commission have been forwarded to the Glasgow City Council, which are hereby adopted by the Glasgow City Council and are attached to this ordinance as Exhibit B and incorporated herein by reference. Now therefore, be it hereby ordained by the City of Glasgow, Kentucky as follows. Section number one. The findings and recommendations of the Joint City-County Planning and Zoning Commission, copies of which are attached hereto as Exhibit B, are hereby approved in all respects. Section 2. The property located at the intersection of Lincoln Road and Myrtle Street containing 1.096 acres, more or less, be rezoned from B2 General Business District to R4 Medium Density Multifamily Residential District classification. The real property covered by this ordinance being more particularly described in Exhibit A and incorporated herein by reference. Section number 3. All future development of this property shall comply with the requirements of the Development Plan Ordinance adopted by the Glasgow City Council on December 30th, 1991. Section 4. The Mayor of Glasgow is empowered and directed to complete any documents on behalf of the City of Glasgow necessary to implement this action. Section number 5. This ordinance shall take effect upon its passage and publication according to law. Harold Armstrong, Mayor. Mona Simmons, City Clerk. First reading, September 13th, 2021. Second reading, September 27th, 2021.
Having heard the second reading, do you have a motion to accept?
Motion by Benel.
Have a motion by Manel and a second by
Lowry.
Lowry. Being the second reading, can I have a roll call vote, please?
Mayor, I hate to be the one. I got a quick question. Does the Housing Authority plan on building a new unit there on that scene?
What?
Is Shirley Lee and the Housing Authority putting a new unit there?
They're putting a fourplex, or maybe an eightplex, I forgot which. Part of it had to be rezoned.
All right.
Kirkpatrick? Lowry?
Yes.
Neal? Norris?
Yes.
Trigg?
Yes.
Witcher?
Yes.
Benel?
Yes.
Gauntz? Honeycutt?
Motion, ordinance passes. Next item is the notation that you have the last 3 meetings of Electric Plant Board in your possession. I'm sure you have time to look over them, but that's put in there at your request so you can get up to date if you're not already on what's been going on down there. We have no other new business. Under announcements, Monica Patrick has a Salvation Army checklist to ring the bell, and she's already got a portion of it filled up. But before you leave tonight, if you'd look at that and pick your time out and sign up with her, it would be appreciated by everybody else as well as the Salvation Army.
I have a question, Mayor. Will Halloween be recognized in the city on the day of Halloween? I've had many people ask me.
We've had calls at the office. We're doing the thing at the park through the Recreation Department on Saturday afternoon, and I don't know what the right answer is. If it would suit everybody, it's not something we can vote on, but I'd be glad to take this council into consideration and see the number that thinks it ought to be on Saturday night or on Sunday night like it falls, because I'm good about going the way. I feel like we've had a lot of calls that says rather have it on a Saturday night, and some people saying, well, it's Halloween, but I still want to have it on Halloween. So if y'all would feel comfortable with them just doing a straw vote to what your preference would be, part of it geared from your phone calls, then it's not too late to make that decision and to put it out there on the website. And I think we have the chief and the major are both in an educational class this week, but we have Jones with us. I don't know if you have any comment. Would you think it would make any difference as far as police presence to do it on a Sunday night or a Saturday night? Or would you rather think about that?
I have to think about that. I mean, personal opinion, if you're asking my personal opinion, I feel like Saturday night, just because a lot of people probably want to do it on Sunday night.
Okay.
School will be the next day.
Okay.
Is that something you could put on the city's webpage or Facebook to get some public feedback besides just the phone calls we've gotten?
I would be afraid if we did that, we couldn't get any other business done, because we've had probably 30 phone calls just this week.
You couldn't do it where they could just comment on social media or take a poll?
I'd rather y'all make your decision.
It's overtime,
Oh.
7:30.
7:30.
The
You can make it in.
state band contest is the 30th, I believe.
The what?
The state band contest is the 30th, I
Saturday
believe.
night?
Yes.
See if you all have a suggestion.
I'd say Sunday night.
I'd say Sunday night.
Is it 5 to 7, 4 to 6, what?
4:30 to 7 usually, isn't it? 5 to 7:30? Won't we publicize it as 4:30 to 7:30? I mean, 4:30 to 7. The less dark time you've got, the better.
On Halloween Sunday.
Everybody would rather have it on Sunday, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Rather have it on Saturday, raise your hand. 1, 2, 3.
Well, I think, Mayor Armstrong, if we could, I mean, have we heard what any other communities are doing? I mean, I don't know enough about whether it's Saturday or Sunday.
Some of them have changed them to Saturday night. I think Bowling Green, Russellville, both I think went to Saturday night this week. And there's several, the bigger cities are leaving it right where it's at. But they've got enough crime on Saturday night to keep the trick-or-treaters out. It doesn't matter to me. I just want to have a decision. We're going to have some people want it this way and some want it that way. But
Right, just my opinion, when I think of Halloween, I think of young kids, and that's their holiday for me. And like Joan said, or Cassie, I don't know who said it, you've got school Monday morning.
well, the thing that I look at as much as anything is Sunday night, there's prayer service at a lot of the churches, and some of the people will go, I take them from 4:30 to 5:30, then I've got to take them to prayer service. So that's my biggest drawback is some of the kids won't get to participate very long because of churches.
Either way, they're all gonna be sugared up, so.
I think it's been switched before when it's fell on the Sunday, and it's been left the same when it's fell on Sunday. So I guess if y'all want to leave it like it is, we'll do that, and then we'll just, I think we ought to move it to 4:30 though, to give those kids some time that's going to go to church, they can get out there for an hour or two. Unless there's a problem with that, we'll advertise it from 4:30 to 7 on Sunday. Is that okay?
Mayor, have we heard anything from the state regarding, from the CDC about, the pandemic? Are they encouraging cities not to have this? And again, look at our area. I mean, is this an
Every
activity?
email we've got, we haven't had anything that said do not have trick-or-treat and Halloween. They have not put out anything on it. But I would suggest highly that the kids, when they go up to the door, please wear a mask, and if you're out on the front porch handing out, please wear a mask. And when parents, when you get the candy home, clean it off, sanitize the kids' hands, and be as particular as you can, because we are not in a pandemic, we're in an extraordinary pandemic. It's went crazy here. But if other than that, the only other thing is our next meeting will be October the 11th, in person at City Hall Chambers. And between now and then, if you get a lot of response, once we put that on there tomorrow, if somebody get a lot of response and have a reason other than we've talked about tonight, contact City Hall, and we may email every one of you again and see if you want to reconsider. Is there any other announcements? Hearing none, I'll accept the motion to adjourn. Motion by Councilperson Neal.
Second by Bonell.
Second by